casual games are becoming a bit less casual. Tweaks to player data protection have sparked a wildfire of fascinating shifts in mobile design, like the rise of meta elements in casual games that we'll be exploring in this episode. There's also D&D developments, and these guys. Welcome to Mobile Games Insider, where we unpick the stories shaping mobile every month. Brought to you by Vungel's Game Refinery. Roll those titles. Zombies are to Call of Duty what a cherry is to a sundae, but the mobile version of Activision's dominant shooter stripped out its zombie mode in March 2020, saying it just didn't reach the level of quality we desire. Thankfully, it's now risen from the dead, though somewhat changed. You might remember that the first Zombies mode adapted the Black Ops series' traditional wave-based gameplay for mobile. This time though, Call of Duty Mobile is implementing a new mode called Undead Siege. It'll take place on the Battle Royale map, where players will drop in their squads and have to survive 5 nights as a team. Each night unleashes tougher hordes of enemies, and players must scavenge during the day to stay alive. Not just weapons, mind you, but equipment and tools too that are needed to build turrets. Mashing up tower defense with traditional Battle Royale mechanics got players excited when it was first announced, though the mode is time-limited. Activision is monitoring its engagement and performance though, so there's room to make it permanent if enough players enjoy it. The nerdiest thing that Wizards have ever done is how Polygon describes the crossover that's brought Dungeons & Dragons to Magic the Gathering. Long has Wizards of the Coast kept its 2 powerful IPs at arm's length from one another, reportedly because it didn't want fans to get the 2 fantasy series confused. But the introduction of the new adventures in the Forgotten Realms set brought familiar monsters, characters, and special tabletop RPG mechanics to Magic the Gathering. That means you can actually now venture to and complete a dungeon during a match, which is a first. Brand collaborations are always a powerful way to grab player attention, and something like this that combines 2 powerful IPs from the same company is a sure way to get fans excited. Easy to learn, hard to master is a game design lore so sacred that even though it's attributed to Atari founder Nolan Bushnell, the adage was probably first uttered by a burning bush. And truly, if a game is easy to learn, your players get stuck in right away. For mobile, this is particularly important because people often play in their bus stop moments. Pause Alto's Odyssey and you'll never be confused by its mechanics when you hop back in. This approach means that for the longest time, core gameplay has been relaxing and effortless across mobile. This has presented opportunities to monetize by incentivizing players to pay to keep games effortless. Using a board-clearing lollipop in Candy Crush is a small booster that makes a big difference when you're in a bind. In Subway Surfers, you can buy extra lives to carry on going when you crash. In Hogwarts Mystery, buying more energy lets you play for longer. But the mobile games market is no longer young, and players have matured. Casual gaming audiences are more discerning and familiar with mechanics, so throwing fresh ingredients into the mix is vital to keeping them engaged. Meta elements are the perfect way to add diversity to gameplay. Take, for example, collectible characters or gear, light upgrading systems, or construction mechanics. These all add a dash of creativity to straightforward gameplay. We've seen a huge swing towards hybridization, where developers mash up 2 or more genres to create an entirely new kind of experience. Hybrid games design makes full use of these mobile elements even in the casual space. Casual games are still easy to learn, but there are many more elements players must master. Adding more meta elements then opens up a new range of ways to monetize. Encouraging players to splash out on a few extra collectibles won't raise the pitchforks of those crying pay to win because it doesn't affect the core gameplay. Seriously, collection mechanics have become so popular of late that 70% of the top 100 grossing games now use collectible items. So, if you're looking for new ways to differentiate your mobile game from the average, consider introducing some meta elements to deepen your players' experiences. The extra goal of customizing a base, for example, motivates players to find ways to express themselves in-game. As the Game Refinery analysts have said, with meta elements, this motivational enrichment can be done without having to touch the core game. That's it for this episode. Let us know what topics you'd like to know more about in the comments section. And in the meantime, for your monthly analysis of the mobile gaming world, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Mobile Games Insider.